Good evening. Time plays a role in almost every decision, and some decisions define your attitude about time. Welcome to BMC News Live in English, brought to you by Al Hilal Hospital and Medical Centers. I am Vinod Narayan, joining you with the daily news updates. Today's headlines.
Bahrain imported food products to meet demand and stabilize prices. Bahrain seeking investors to build a private university in Salak. Law to regulate virtual assets proposed by Speaker. Saudi detains 91 environmental violators within a week. Powerful 5.2 magnitude earthquake hit eastern Turkey.
News in detail. Bahrain imported food products to meet demand and stabilize prices. The prices of fruits and vegetables sold in local markets have stabilized following the recent increase. A Bahrain chamber member has said shipments of food products have been imported from different sources to meet soaring demand. Food Resources Committee Chairman Khalid Al-Amin said yesterday. Bahrain seeking investors to build a private university in Zalak. The Ministry of Finance International Economy has launched a tender seeking investors to build and operate a private university on government-owned land in Zalak. The total land area of the project is 64,134.7 square meters. The ministry is offering the contract for 25 years. The land offered is classified as a special project and is free of construction works. Yet another tender launched by the ministry for the same purpose with a total land area of 63,671.8 square meters for building and operating a private university in Zalak. Tender terms and closing dates are the same for both tenders, 17th of July 2022. Bids can be made with a BD 5,000 bond and BD 100 tender fees. The Royal Humanitarian Foundation and European Union support Ukrainian refugees. The Royal Humanitarian Foundation joined a virtual meeting organized by the European Union to assist Ukrainian refugees. European Commission President Ursula Gertrude and Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau sent the invitation to His Majesty the King in appreciation of his support for humanitarian needs. Royal Humanitarian Foundation Secretary General Dr. Mustafa Al-Sayed said that Bahrain aims to provide urgent humanitarian assistance to Ukrainian refugees of various nationalities without discrimination, taking into account their humanitarian situation. This support comes through RHF's works under the guidance of His Majesty the King and with the support of the esteemed government headed by His Royal Highness Crown Prince and Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa and under the supervision of His Highness Sheikh Nasser bin Hamad Al Khalifa, representative of His Majesty the King for Humanitarian Works and Youth Affairs, in coordination with the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees. Bahrain attended NATO Military Strategic Partnership Conference meeting. A delegation representing the Kingdom of Bahrain, headed by the Ambassador of Bahrain to Belgium, Abdullah bin Faisal bin Jaber Al Dusri, took part in the annual NATO Military Strategic Partnership Conference, which was held during the period 28th March until April 1st, 2022 in Dublin. The Kingdom's delegation participated in various sessions of the conference, and the ambassador chaired a number of meetings with high-ranked political and military officials. He stressed the Kingdom's keenness to develop the strategic military partnership relationship between Bahrain and the NATO, as well as to review the latest developments in modern technologies by the NATO in the field of military training. Law to regulate virtual assets proposed by Speaker. Bahrain Parliament Speaker Fawzia bint Abdullah Zainal yesterday tabled a proposal for creating a legal framework for businesses related to virtual assets in the kingdom. This would enhance the strategy of economic diversification and support the transformation of the kingdom into a global investment center in the digital economy and virtual assets, said the Speaker, adding that the proposed law aims at attracting more foreign investments and entrepreneurs to the kingdom. Public Security Chief chaired Royal Academy of Police Scientific Council meeting. Chief of Public Security, Lieutenant General Tariq Al-Hassan, has chaired the Royal Academy of Police Scientific Council 56th meeting. The Royal Academy of Police Commander and the council members attended. The Chief of Public Security expressed thanks and appreciation to Interior Minister General Sheikh Rashid bin Abdullah Al Khalifa for his ongoing support to the Council and Vice Directives to develop scientific and training programs to meet the security changes and challenges. He expressed happiness for the Council's dedication to implementing the Interior Minister's directives through enhancing the quality of education and training in the academic programs to achieve excellence in Royal Academy of Police missions. Electricity Minister received Bahrain Society of Engineers delegation. Minister of Electricity and Water Affairs, His Excellency Engineer Wael bin Nasser Al Mubarak, received a delegation from Bahrain Society of Engineers headed by its chairman Dr. Dia Abdulaziz Tawfiq. Marking the society's golden jubilee, the minister welcomed the delegation, praising the achievements of the Bahrain Society of Engineers over 50 years in serving the engineering sector in the Kingdom of Bahrain. He underlined the society's role in the kingdom's development march, developing the engineering work and grooming the national cadres in this sector. Both sides discussed cooperation in holding specialized events and conferences and developing the Bahraini cadres of engineers. Bahrain Airport Company announced airport route for emergencies only. Bahrain Airport Company, the operator and managing body of Bahrain International Airport, informed the public that the exit to Airport Road 2403 from Arad Highway will be closed from Monday. The road will be dedicated for emergency use and authorized vehicles only. Those coming from Sheikh Khalifa Causeway and heading to Arad Highway must go to the Falcon signal on Arad Highway and follow the signs leading to the airport to reach the arrivals and departures areas. Today's COVID updates.
COVID updates brought to you by Al Hilal Hospital and Medical Centers.
Indian Guru set to ride into Bahrain as part of Save the Soil campaign. World-renowned yogi and spiritual leader Sadhguru is set to ride into Bahrain on May 14th as part of his global Save the Soil campaign and 30,000-kilometer motorcycle trip from the UK to India. Sadhguru is currently in Europe and will be in Bahrain for a 2-day stint, during which he will meet followers and stakeholders to sign agreements aimed to helping preserve the environment. Now we will be back after a very short break.
The 16th branch of Megamart and Macromart supermarkets in Bahrain has opened in Sahla. The best offers are available to the customers at affordable rates. Everyone is welcome. During and around the opening day, a variety of fish including salmon, meat and dairy products, roastery, frozen items, food and non-food items, groceries, fruits and vegetables, electronics, garments and ready-to-eat food items are available to the customers at affordable rates. Hearty welcome to all. Megamart and Macromart, your favorite shopping destination.
Welcome back. Saudi detains 91 environmental violators within a week. The Special Forces for Environmental Security arrested 91 environmental violators across the kingdom during the last week. The violations ranged from grazing the prohibited areas to transporting sand and dredging the soil without a license, as well as setting fires in places other than those designated for it and using 243 cubic meters of local charcoal. Legal procedures were applied against violators by the competent authorities. Saudi to launch express transportation between King Abdulaziz International Airport and Jeddah. Jeddah Transport Company, in cooperation with Jeddah Airports Company and the Saudi Public Transport Company, will launch on Sunday, April 10th, an express transportation service between King Abdulaziz International Airport and the center of Jeddah. The express bus service at King Abdulaziz International Airport will operate around the clock during the week and will be connected with Jeddah Center, which comes within the joint cooperation to develop bus transport services to and from the airport in Terminal 1. The service will include the transportation between Terminal 1 and Northern Terminal 2. South Eastern Province hit by strong dust storm. Widespread dust enveloped the eastern province as a strong intensity dust storm hit the region in the forenoon of Saturday. Satellite images showed that the sandstorm might extend to the Riyadh region and Qasim region in the coming hours. Hafr al-Batin Governorate and its affiliated centers will witness this afternoon a decrease in the level of visibility due to the strong dust storm, which caused material losses to some camps and livestock owners. The satellite images show that the northern parts of the eastern region and the surrounding area were affected by the dust storm, which caused almost a complete lack of visibility. Oman witnessed increase in bank loans. Total loans and financing in commercial banks in the Sultanate of Oman increased to more than Omani Riyal 27 billion compared to Omani Riyal 26 billion during the same period, according to statistics issued by the National Center for Statistics and Information. The total loans and financing of commercial banks in Oman increased by 3.9% at the end of last January, and the average interest rate on total loans increased by 0.1%. Dubai Duty Free announces Dirham 5 million donation to 1 billion meals campaign. A Dirham 5 million donation has been announced by Dubai Duty Free to the 1 billion meals campaign. The donation, which will be followed through by its foundation, is equivalent to 5 million meals and will help alleviate the hunger experienced by 800 million people worldwide every day. The initiative is being organized by Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum Global Initiatives and aims to provide food support to the underprivileged and the unnourished in 50 countries around the world, especially vulnerable groups such as children, refugees, displaced persons, and victims of disasters and crises. The foundation has supported 52 local and 58 overseas charities so far as part of its corporate social responsibility commitments. Australian Prime Minister calls national election for May 21. Australia will hold a general election on May 21, Prime Minister Scott Morrison said on Sunday, triggering a campaign expected to be fought over cost of living pressures, climate change, and questions of character and competence of the major parties. Opinion polls show Morrison's Conservative coalition trailing the opposition Labour Party after 9 years in power, Reuters reported. Morrison similarly lagged in opinion polls before the previous election in May 2019, but still pulled off a win. Powerful 5.2 magnitude earthquake hits eastern Turkey. A powerful earthquake hit eastern Turkey on Saturday, the country's disaster service said. The 5.2 magnitude quake struck the town of Purturg in Malatya province at 5:02 p.m. local time. Turkey's Disaster and Emergency Management Directorate said. The tremor was recorded at a depth of 6.7 kilometers, Associated Press reported today. There were no immediate reports of casualties or serious damage. Turkey sits on top of major fault lines and earthquakes are frequent. With that, we come to the end of today's news. Stay tuned for daily news updates in BMC News Live English at 7:30 p.m. every day. I'm Vinod Narayanan signing off from BMC News Live. Good night.